Welcome back to County Connection. For our final segment of this November episode, we are going to talk about the upcoming Summit Stage winter schedule. And here to tell us about it is Jeff Guthrie, who is the operations manager for the Summit Stage. Welcome, Jeff.
Thank you very much, Julie.
All right, so the Summit Stage is our free countywide public transportation system, and it switches over to its winter schedule in mid-November. When exactly is this going to happen?
It is the Sunday of Thanksgiving week.
Okay.
The exact date is November 19th.
Okay, November 19th.
Yes.
And so what can riders expect in terms of a change from the current summer schedule?
Not much regarding timing of the routes. We're still going to be, departing the major transportation centers like Frisco on the hour and the half hour. We are not doing any major changes to any of the route destinations or anything like that. We're still going to run our peak half-hour service for the majority of the day.
Okay.
From roughly 6 in the morning to 6:30 at night, depending on the route. And then for the rest of the night, we'll continue doing the hourly service all the way till 2 o'clock in the morning to make sure you get home from the bar.
All right,
safely.
Excellent. Yeah, definitely great to use the Summit Stage as your designated driver to stay safe out there.
Very much so. I do ask everyone, do that, please.
All right. So you mentioned half-hourly service. So most of our most heavily traveled routes have half-hourly service during the day.
Yes.
And then they switch to hourly at night. And so that's going to be the same for this winter.
Yes, it will. Yes, it will. Riders can still expect that frequency of service, that half-hour service throughout the chunk of the day, the work day, I should say, and most definitely while all the ski areas are operating, for sure. And we will continue that half-hour service till, like I said, about 6:30, so everybody out skiing can be sure to get home safely with the increased bus service.
All right, fantastic. And one route that we don't run in the summertime is the Swan Mountain Flyer.
Yes.
So will it be on the 19th that the Swan Mountain Flyer kicks back into business?
Correct. Yes, it will. And we will run that through the entire winter schedule, which will last till the third week of April.
Okay.
The Swan Mountain Flyer will run 7 days a week. And once that winter schedule ends in April, we're going to most likely run it on weekends only through the end of the basin's schedule and around Memorial Day when they traditionally close.
Okay.
Yes.
So daily service from November 19th all the way through mid-April.
Correct.
And that route people can go all the way from Breckenridge straight up to Arapahoe Basin.
Yes, they can. Visitors here in Breckenridge can pick up that route to go skiing in Arapahoe Basin or Keystone. The route does stop at Keystone River Run at the base of the gondola before it continues up to Arapahoe Basin. So no matter where you're staying, you can get up to A Basin to ski if you would like to this winter.
Right, or vice versa. If you're staying in Keystone, then feel free to spend a day at Breckenridge.
Exactly.
Okay. So where can people get schedule details for individual routes and stops?
Sure. Our summitstage.com website has them, there's a schedule link right up front on the front page of the site. Any one of our buses, if you happen to already be a rider, have the schedules right there inside the front door. The individual routes on our Smart Bus app that you can download, the Double Map app to your phone, can tell you the individual bus route schedules. So we hope to get those out. We're also going to publish the few changes that we're making to any of the routes for the winter in the Summit Daily News here in the next week. We're going to get this information out there as many ways as we humanly possibly can. Okay,
sounds great. And you did mention the app. That's a great way to navigate your way through the system.
It's wonderful.
Tell us how it works and what kinds of features are available for riders.
Yes, so anybody with a smartphone can download this. It's GPS based through your phone, so it instantly can tell you where you are and what stop you're closest to, and therefore what route you're closest to. And then it can then tell you the estimated arrival time of the next bus coming along that route in either direction, whether you're headed, for example, to Frisco or Breckenridge, Keystone or Silverthorne. And then you can go from there, looking at the anticipated arrival times, plan your day around that. And at any point you can pull your smartphone out, no matter where you are in the world, quite frankly, and then see exactly where that Summit Stage bus is.
Yeah.
So you have the idea, oh, okay, it's a quarter of a mile from here, and I know it's headed my way. So
Right. So you never find yourself in that situation of, like I do often, running to the bus stop because I didn't plan ahead and not knowing if I missed it or not. I can pull out my phone and verify that, yes, indeed, I did miss it.
Correct. Yeah, exactly.
Or that I can take a breath and it'll be here in a minute.
Yes.
All right. Great. Anything else you want to mention about winter service, Jeff, while you're here in the studio?
I'm really excited for this upcoming winter. We're on track to hit almost 2 million riders this year, and
Oh, wow.
I really appreciate everybody out there in the county using our service and just removing the vehicles off the road and reducing the congestion for all of us to enjoy.
All right. Fabulous. Well, thanks so much for coming in the studio today.
Of course. Thank you very much.
All right. And thanks to those of you at home who've joined us for another episode of County Connection. We will look forward to seeing you next month.